It's Levack and Goss on 104.5 The Team.
104.5 The Team, your home for New York sports. And as we get ready for two of the final three NFL games of the season, we reach out to our friend from the Sporting News, Vinnie Iyer. Vinnie, when you look at these guys, you got four amazing quarterbacks. How would you rank them?
Yeah, I mean, if you're looking at right now, this particular season, I think it's pretty close between Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and Matt Ryan, the way they've played. Ben Roethlisberger has not had his greatest season. He's not played well, particularly on the road. So it's strange, but that tells you the power of it when Roethlisberger comes at 4 in this ranking pretty consistently this week.
Vinnie Iyer with us from the Sporting News. So, all right, let's kick over to the Packers Falcons game. I've been crushing the Falcons all year, Vinnie. I just, for whatever reason, I haven't gotten on board with them. Why have they continued to be so good this season?
Well, I think simply they find ways to score a lot of points, and that's their MO. They're not ashamed of it. They're proud of how diverse they get to that. They can run the ball. They can throw the ball deep. They can get somebody in open field to take off after the catch. They have many ways they can beat you all over the field, all the way down to the red zone. So that's what's been the Falcons' calling card. What they've been hoping for and getting a little bit more of is their young defense making a few plays here and there, just enough where their offense is going to put pressure on other teams. And that's what they're hoping for, again, that one of them can come up with a big play against Aaron Rodgers in a key moment.
And let's talk about Aaron Rodgers. He's been incredible, almost piecing it together with the offensive guys he's had because of injuries and whatnot. Has Rodgers actually ever played better in his career than this postseason?
Well, I think the last time I've seen him play this well is really the run to Super Bowl 45, where they went through Atlanta and how well he played then. We saw that follow-up season was terrific as well. They fell short in the playoffs then, but you look at Rodgers and how he's kind of readjusted to the personnel around him. It's not necessarily just thrown for the deep balls, although we've seen that more and more. He's had to adjust some underneath guys, some outside possession-type receivers, but he's made it work, and he's making it work without Jordy Nelson as well.
Now, you bring up Jordy Nelson. You bring up, we were talking about Aaron Rodgers. I've noticed, and Goz won't go with me on this. Maybe you will, Vinnie. Vinnie Iyer of the Sporting News.
Don't do this to Vinnie. Don't do this.
Flugate, man. I think the Patriots are sneaking flu germs. They've weaponized it into the teams they don't want to play.
Yeah, you never know. There's going to be a new conspiracy to add gate to anything that the Patriots are doing, and so maybe that's the reason Roger Goodell is staying away from New England and Pittsburgh this week, the real reason. So it's weird, and something always seems to be plaguing, so to speak, whoever New England is playing.
So, Vinny, what you're telling me is Goz is a sheeple, and he just doesn't believe the right things.
That's not what he's...
Vinny's on my side on this.
That's not what he said.
You never know with flu this time of year.
All right, besides...
Just make sure you get your shots.
That's right. That's
right.
Good advice there from Dr. Vinnie Iyer. Besides kidnapping Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, how can the Pittsburgh Steelers upset the New England Patriots this weekend?
I think they shouldn't worry too much about what the Patriots do and do a little bit more of what they've been doing here. The way they've rushed the passer, really gotten a lot of hits on the quarterback here in the last several weeks and during their winning streak. Their young secondary has played over its head a little bit growing up. So this is what they expected when they got guys like Ryan Shazier, Bud Dupree, just exceptional athletes, can fly around with the ball, make plays at that second level. That's what they wanted. And then go figure, the guy leading all this is the supposedly old guy they were rebuilding from, James Harrison. So I think that's their goal, is to get as many hits on Tom Brady as possible, make it hard for him to extend drives and take away the short passing game as much as possible, which they did very well against the Chiefs last week.
Vinny, why is Big Ben so much different on the road this year than at home?
It's really strange to me because you look over the course of his career and their identity under Mike Tomlin, they've been a very good road team. He's been especially good on the road. But this year I just think there's been a change in philosophy of their offenses where this team needs to be about running the ball first. And with Ben Roethlisberger, maybe he feels and forces more plays, trying to make it happen on the road when he doesn't necessarily need that. I think at home, the points pile up there with the rushing attack, and they're in control for most of it. So you can kind of rate it in. But I think in these type of games, like we've seen the Chiefs game, made some dumb decisions when handing it off to Le'Veon Bell would have been the better move.
Vinnie Iyer of the Sporting News joining us right now on 104.5 The Team.
The New England Patriots have been to 6 straight AFC title games. They could get back to another Super Bowl, but comparing this Super Bowl run possibly to other Super Bowl teams that have gotten there before, would this be the most impressive for Brady and Belichick for everything they've had to deal with this season?
I would say it's very impressive because he's missed the first 4 games. They rebounded from that. They were able to survive that to make sure they got to home field for this. And then you look at some of the other things that have gone on. Rob Gronkowski lost in this. He didn't have Deion Lewis for a while. You had that Jamie Collins, a big blockbuster trade there in the middle of the season and trying to readjust your defense. So a lot of weird things have happened for the Patriots that usually don't. But I think you look, I wouldn't say this is one of their most ever talented teams, but that actually makes it more impressive that they've gotten to this point.
Vinny, when it's all said and done on Sunday, who's playing in Super Bowl 51?
Well, I like the Packers. Just Aaron Rodgers, the way he's playing, I can't really go against him. I know Matt Ryan's playing very well, but I got to stick with the hot hand there and Rodgers. And in the other game, I picked this to happen at some point in the playoffs. The Steelers would beat the Patriots and get to the Super Bowl. So I'm sticking with that. I like the Steelers as my preseason pick. There's no reason to go back from it now when you're so close. And I feel like they match up better than a lot of people think this week.
So we could be heading towards a rematch of the Super Bowl we saw a few years ago with the Steelers and Packers, and that was the one where Aaron Rodgers won his first career Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's back in Texas as well, so that's an interesting thing if that would develop on Sunday. But Patriots and Falcons, that'll be a good one too.
Vinnie Iyer of the Sporting News, man, we appreciate you and look forward to picking your brain in the not-too-distant future.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Vinnie, thanks, man.